Hello, welcome to episode number 405 of the TEW 2020 Challenge Run. This is going to be ECW for week 4 of August 2023. The first ECW since SummerSlam, where we crowned the new and first ECW men's and women's world champions. Dolph Ziggler, the ECW champion, Julia, the ECW women's champion, and tonight's main event. Because I didn't set anything up last week, but the way I want to do ECW is like most of the card, or like a Dynamite sort of thing, where like most of the card is booked like a week out. So it would have been announced that the main event tonight will be a fatal 4-way to determine the next number one contender for Dolph Ziggler's ECW championship. It will be Bobby Lashley, Dudley Davis, Cesaro, and Adam Cole in a fatal 4-way, with the winner facing Ziggler next week in an ECW championship match. Without any more further ado, let's jump straight into... Oh, also, we do have an ECW television championship match tonight with Matt Cardona defending against Joe Hendry that we set up on SmackDown 400. Without any more further ado, let's jump straight into the show. We open the show up with Julia. She comes to the ring with her belt, and she says, "I stand here, the first ECW Women's Champion." At SummerSlam, Liv Morgan, hell of a fight, tough competitor, but I won, and this new era of ECW revolves around me. But now, we must look ahead to my first defense. We must look ahead to who I'll defend my championship against, and there's a lot of international talent, worldwide superstars on this show. So who will be the first to step up? Sonya Deville is the first woman out. She goes, "Julia, babe, first of all, from one, your former tag team partner to another, congratulations, you're finally the ECW Women's Champion. You finally got your singles championship that you've been needing and been deserving of this whole time. There's a reason why Dolph and I and Priest and all of them back in the Grand Jury, we picked you out to be a member of our group, and that's because we saw this potential in you. So now, across both of us, we've held the Raw, SmackDown, and ECW Women's Championships. But I myself want to hold that one, Julia. So, how about it? Your first defense of the ECW Women's Championship is against an old running mate of yours. It's against Sonya Deville." Out comes Blair Davenport. It's like, "What the bloody hell are you talking about, Sonya? Okay, listen here, okay? Since this brand has existed, okay, I'm the only woman here who's been picking up win after win after win, okay? You weren't even here last week, Sonya. So, I'm the one who's earned the right to get the first championship opportunity, and you're jumping the queue just because you're trying to get nepotism points because you used to be friends with Julia. That's not how it works around here. You earn your opportunity here on ECW. And Sonya goes, "Oh, you're talking about me, about not earning it? Okay. Well, let me tell you what earning it is, Blair. It's not picking up a couple of wins for the first couple of weeks of the show against people. It's fighting hard. It's applying at the age of, 22 to appear on a reality show, but you've got a 1 in a million chance of being picked for, let's be real. It's being sent there. It's being inexperienced. It's having no experience. It's being eliminated in, the second round. Because, you were just that was your one shot. That was your one shot to make it. But somehow, some way, you still find a way to get signed here to NXT. And even in NXT, you barely get featured. But then you get called up, you get a big break on the main roster. And again, you get passed over and passed over and passed over until I had to do something about it myself. And that's something I did. I may not have been right for it. Might not have been proud of what I did, but yeah, I did it. Because I need my own best friend in the face, and I made opportunities for myself. And since that moment, I've won Money in the Bank. I've been the SmackDown Women's Champion. I've been the Raw Women's Champion. I've won Tag Team Championships. The only thing left for me to do is take that ECW Women's Championship. And I'm not going to sit here and watch you, a flash in the pan who's been here for, a cup of coffee, come out here and take my opportunities and say that I don't deserve it. Babe, I've been grinding for the last 8 years to prove that I do belong at the top of this division. And if you've got anything any exception to anything that I've just said, fight me for it and we'll prove who deserves the championship opportunity first. But there it goes. You know, this card's sort of already filled up tonight, so we're not really in the business of booking, in promotional matches, but well, not in impromptu matches. But I'll tell you what, I'll go speak to Heyman, and maybe next week you and we can have a fight in this ring, and we'll see. Winner of that, I sure will be first in line for Julia and her championship. So keep it warm, hun, because once I'm done with her, I'm coming for you next. So yeah, heated argument. Sonya Deville, have her listed on the babyface column on this roster. So I had to make her cut a fiery babyface promo here. And I think she did alright. Well, the rating says 89. And it's not going to... The game says Sonya Deville struggled. Apparently Julia did better. But Julia would have been scripted. But the game would not like it if I did that. So they were just all unscripted. But yes. It seems that we're going to get Sonya Deville and Blair Davenport next week. In what is essentially a number 1 contenders match. Oh my goodness gracious me. So, looking at my rosters, the ECW tag division is stacked. In terms of tag divisions, SmackDown really got the short end of the stick, but it's fine. It gives me more chance to spotlight like lesser used tag teams. But ECW has a stacked division. It's got the Usos, it's got Emerson Frost and King Cobain, it's got the Fritz brothers, it's got the Grizzled Young Veterans, it's got Ichiban, Ali and Cedric, who are a tag team right now. And a couple of others, but they're all really good teams. And yeah, I'm just pretty much every week there's going to be a tag team opening match that's going to get a blue rating, and this one gets a 91. Emerson Frost and King Cobain in the Grand Jury defeat Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali in a tag team match. 15 minutes and 15 seconds. Emerson Frost pins Ali with a triple C. 89 for Ali, 78 for Cedric Alexander, 76 for King Cobain, and 82 for Emerson Frost. Not too shabby at all. Then cut to Heyman in his office, watching that, and the Usos walk in. He goes, "Yeah, sup, wise man? Sup, Paul?" And he goes, "Great. As you know, the tribal chief, he's not here this week. He's celebrating his victory and his official place as the face of the new ECW by taking a well-earned break tonight. But you two, you're the Bloodline representatives here tonight, and I've got a big announcement that will concern you. I've already been on the phone to my tribal chief, and of course, with ECW having an ECW champion, a women's champion, and a television champion, we're going to need tag team champions. Now, as you just saw, 2 great tag teams out there, Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander being one of them, the other one being the 2 Grand Jury boys. There's a lot of stiff competition to be the tag team champions on this show. Jimmy J, what the tribal chief wants to know is, are you up for the challenge? And Jay's like, "What challenge, Juice? Being tag team champions, that ain't no challenge. We've done that 10 times in our career. Yeet." And he goes, "Great. I shall put you down as participants in the upcoming tag team championship tournament." Oh, and Jimmy walks off, and it's just Jay in the ring. And he goes, "Don't let the tribal chief down this time. You know what happened last time you let the tribal chief down. You let the whole bloodline down, and we had to make this damn show because of you, Jay. Fix it. Become the champions, and the bloodline will reign supreme once again. And once you're the tag team champions, the tribal chief, he can sit atop his throne once again." And Jay's go, "Yeet, got it, Paul, got it." And then he opens the door, and Jimmy Uso is just laid out in the hallway. And he goes, "Jimmy Uso, what happened? What happened?" And we just see Warden just take down Jay with her clothes on as well. He goes, "This ain't over. Tell your tribal chief, when he comes back here, it's his ass." And he walks off. We then get a training video. I imagine the intro of it. It's got now showcasing some incredible techers. And then the video is of the Grizzled Young Veterans and Zack Sabre Jr. doing their thing in a dojo in England or something. And then at the end, Zack Sabre Jr., he's got a towel. He's toweling himself down, and then he speaks to the camera. He goes, "Alright, dickheads, if you don't know me, which you probably should, my name's ZSJ. Stands for Zack Sabre Jr. And you may know me amongst other things for, one time I was in the Cruiserweight Classic. But more importantly than that, I've been too busy being the best damn technical professional wrestler on the planet. Okay, you may think it's that little dickhead Daniel Bryan, not a chance. It's me, darling. And now, with the ECW brand expanding and international flavour being showcased, I can't think of a better, more fitting place for old ZSJ and his good friends, the GYV, to showcase some incredible techers to the rest of you Yanks. So next week, prepare to be in awe as the technical wizard Zack Sabre Jr., ZSJ, and the grizzled young veterans showcase their brand of techers, their brand of high-quality professional wrestling to an audience not quite used to such a thing. And then Zack Sabre Jr. walks off, and then the grizzled young veterans get in the camera, and he goes, soon to be recognised as ECW's top tag team. 76 is sure, that's fine for what this is. As I said on Raw when Bayley was drafted or traded to Raw. Cora is also on ECW, so World Damage Control are on different brands. I'm just going to give Cora a win here. She beat Scarlett in 12:29 with a double underhook DDT. 79 for Scarlett, 72 for Cora. Yeah, sure. A women's match. A pretty decent one at that as well. Apparently there was a lack of psychology. I did script it, but oh well. We then head to the press room, whatever I called it, interview box, whatever it is. Mackenzie's in there with Buddy Bloody Murphy. She goes, Buddy, you know. And he goes, save it, Mackenzie. I know exactly what you're going to say. Why is it that every single time I'm the one who gets overlooked? Dijak, you know, my former partner, he's now on Raw. You know, Seth Rollins overlooked me, and I put him down. But it seems that nobody's really giving a chance to old Buddy Bloody Murphy recently. And I think it's about time that ends. Because I'm coming. I'm coming to take over ECW. I'm going to be the new face of Extreme. Because once Buddy Bloody Murphy gets going, he can't be stopped. So yeah, Buddy Bloody Murphy. Statement of intent here on ECW. 66. Yeah, that's fine. Matt Cardona needs, to get a couple of bits of pop-up. ECW Television Championship. Joe Hendry versus Matt Cardona. And tragically, in 10:38, it is Cardona who retains. Because Kurt Hawkins and Chelsea Green show up and screw Joe Hendry. And he pins him with a rough radio silence, I think he calls it now. To make defense number 1 of the ECW Television Championship. 69 for Joe Hendry, 37 for the Extreme God, the Sports Entertainment God, Matt Cardona. And tragically, he has retained, and now we see he's sticking his tongue down Chelsea's throat, his wife, and Kurt Hawkins is there as well. And we've got a little professional wrestling gods group coming on here. Deonna shattering her knee. I was always going to break Chelsea and Deonna up. I was going to send Deonna to ECW, or Chelsea to ECW, keep Deonna on SmackDown. But Deonna shattering her knee at SummerSlam in that Battle Royal was the perfect chance to, have Chelsea link up with Matt Cardona, because obviously I'm going to put her with him. But yes, they've screwed Joe Hendry here tonight. Boo. Leave your boos in the comments below for the Sports Entertainment God cheating to beat your local hero. We then see Ichiban, Nakamura, Minoru Suzuki, Rikuru Sarazawa, and Aoi Maikawa. No Meiko, because apparently she's not available today. It's rotating weeks. 1 week she's doing Sendai Girls, 1 week she's not. I guess she's doing it this week. They're just training, they heard about the tag team tournament and they're going to be in it. Then they being Shinsuke and Suzuki. And of course, we could be looking at strong style, more international flair, as we said earlier on with Zack Sabre Jr. We could be looking at a strong style duo becoming the first ECW Tag Team Champions. Oh my god, 78. Holy shit. Lyra's had a good week. She had that 72 with Mako on Heat. And now she's had this. The two members of Toxic Attraction that aren't Mandy. Because Mandy's on Raw and these two are on ECW. Because, I've got a thing in place that I want to do So, and it required them being away from Mandy Rose. But they don't have the best start here because Gigi does get pinned by Lyra Valkyria. Gigi does in 13:21 with the guillotine. Lyra with a 71, 61 for Killer Kelly, 58 for JC Jane, and a 70 for Gigi Dolan. And yeah, there's another women's tag match because, you know, three men's, 2 women's matches is a good ratio. After the match, though, Lyra and Killer Kelly are jumped by Next Gen. You know, they revealed on Heat that they've got ECW contracts now, and I guess they've wasted no time making their statement of intent clear. Kathy Cool, Tracy Sharrow, Samantha Riggs, Lucy Stryker, and Nene Arizawa laying waste to Lyra and Killer Kelly. You know, I guess they think they're next in line for the women's tag titles or some shit. And and also they're on the SummerSlam team. So yeah, how could I forget that important part? But yeah, Next Gen, their first time appearing on an actual A show here tonight. Speaking of A shows, next week's ECW is, like I said, we're going to announce a lot of matches heading onto it. Starting off with, as we heard earlier on tonight in the opening segment, Sonya Deville and Blair Davenport will be going one-on-one next week, where I don't think it's been officially announced by Heyman, but implied that the winner will be Julia's first challenger for the ECW Women's Championship, and also we saw him earlier on, Buddy Bloody Murphy will take on Wes Lee in singles action. That should have been an exciting affair for all involved. And after their attack just now, we're going to see Lyra Valkyria one-on-one with Kathy Cool of Next Gen in singles action. And then in our main event next week, Dolph Ziggler will defend the ECW Championship against the winner of tonight's main event. Either Bobby Lashley, Adam Cole, Dudley Davis, or Cesaro. And a 95 rated match. It's Adam Cole, baby, who picks up the win. He beats Bobby Lashley, Cesaro, and Dudley Davis. Hey, it's A, B, C, D. Okay. Doesn't matter. Anyway, Adam Cole pins Dudley with the last shot in 18 minutes and 39. So next week's main event will be Adam Cole challenging Dolph Ziggler for the ECW Championship. 94 for Dudley, 81 for Lashley, 93 for Cesaro, and a 95 for Adam Cole, baby. And after the match, the Paragon come out with Adam Cole, and he takes the mic and he goes, "Who's ready for story time with Adam Cole, baby?" Now, I know what you're looking at. You're looking at Adam Cole, you know, the man who failed to take the WWE Championship from Cody Rhodes all those months ago, but don't you worry about it because I've got a new home here as to the rest of the Paragon. Okay, and that home is ECW. And you know, in many ways, ECW is a lot like NXT. Now, NXT had that underground feel. It had that cult-like fandom. It had that place where the guys who wouldn't get the shot to become WWE Champion or the World Heavyweight Champion got the chance to shine before they make their way up. And who was the star? Who was the face of NXT for the longest time? I was Adam Cole, baby. And now, I see Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is the ECW champion. Okay, look. In many ways, I'm a lot like a modern Dolph Ziggler. I say modern Dolph Ziggler because we know Dolph Ziggler's a thing of the past, and I'm going to prove that next week when finally I put this knee in the back of Dolph Ziggler's head. I end his fairy tale run after just over a week, and I finally stand here as the ECW champion. Boom. Ziggler comes out onto the ramp, and he goes, you know, fine speech, Cole. You know, look, kid, I get it. I used to be you. Okay, you said you see yourself as a modern Dolph Ziggler. I see Adam Cole as a modern Dolph Ziggler as well. And in many ways, that after I'm gone from here, someone like you will take the mantle of the spot that I left. And trust me, kid, it's a big spot to fill. But do you think I spent a decade of my career scratching and clawing and fighting my way to get back to the top to prove that I belonged at the top, only to get there and lose to some kid with a loud mouth? You're funny, kid. You're a good kid, and you're a great wrestler, and next week we're gonna steal the damn show because that's what you do, and more importantly, that's what I do. And you're welcome for the rub, by the way. But there's only going to be one man leaving next week, ECW champion. It's not going to be Adam Cole, baby. It's going to be me. And he holds the belt up high. Cole, does the belt motion around his waist or whatever. And that's how we close. Next week's main event, Adam Cole vs. Dolph Ziggler, ECW Championship on the line. Show gets a 93. Again, yeah. Short, to the point. ECW, nice show. I do think I got a lot of I got a lot of people on. I was worried when I read out the rosters because I was like, oh, there's the same number on Raw, SmackDown, and ECW. And I was worried that, most weeks, not everybody would get on. And obviously that's going to be the case. But, I think enough people got on this week where it wasn't too much. And I just need to sort of, wire my brain where, I don't have to put everybody on every single week. Because the way ECW is structured, they wouldn't be. And it's fine to, give people a week off. Or, rotate weeks. It's fine. Anyway, this is just my internal monologue about this brand. You probably all think it's great. But I'm my biggest critic. So, yeah. Anyway, what matters more is what you thought of the show. So do let me know what you thought in the comments below. And I'll see you next time for SmackDown. Where we do have a new World Heavyweight Champion. His name is Montez Ford. But Io Sky still reigns as the Women's World Champion. I think every champion retained except for the World Heavyweight Champion on SmackDown. So yeah, let's see what's next in store for them. See you then.